So remember how I set up the Red app so I can do longer form content? Because I wanted to talk about what it would take for me to leave Dungeons and Dragons as my primary TTRPG. Haha, jokes on all of us. I now have 10-minute videos, and I never made it over on YouTube. I'm now filming this for the second time, by the way. I'm very frustrated because the editing software on this is trash. Anyway, I will actually post this on YouTube when this is up. But here's a 10-minute Saturday video on what it would take for me, Dungeon Mistress C, to leave Dungeons and Dragons as my primary tabletop game. Now, first and foremost, I would have to end the campaign that I'm currently on. Like I want to get to the ending of it. Um, we're in too deep. We've gone too far. The next, and arguably should not be the most important, but is the most important. I want to use all 7 dice. I want to use all 7 of my little dices. I don't care if it's a D20 primary system. Like, give me D6s all day. I'm a monster to play Yahtzee with. I am so good with D6s, but like, I want to use all my dice. I want to use my percentiles. I want to use them all. They're all my dice. No. Next, and what should be the most important, but it's not, it's the dice. It's the dice. I have all those sets for a reason. But what is actually the most important thing to have is an open gaming license, and that is going to be a major factor in the development of the game over time. But open gaming license, like, it's not even a question. Like, why, why is Wizards fucking with this? Like, I don't understand. Anyway, mechanic that I want to steal, I love adversity tokens. I love the idea of like, no, I'm a specialist at this thing, I'm going to succeed. I like it. That takes me to... Okay, we'll save the crunch for later, because in-game crunch and like setup crunch are 2 different things, because setting up the game is gonna end up being a little crunchy, because here's the thing. Let's do away with race, species, legacy, all of it. We're done. And I know, I hear people in the back going, I just want to be a elf, I just want to be a goblin. Like, I don't care. I don't care. There's too many races, and we've abused this power too long. We're doing away with all of that. No. We're gonna have charts, and we're gonna have like little tables to choose from. And so if you want cat eyes and a stocky build, you can just mix and match. You get like so many points to spend for your physicality, and different physicalities give you different benefits, but like completely customizable. No set races. I'm done with it. I'm done. We've abused it too long. We're throwing it all away. Yeah, you could have devil horns. I don't care. You can have angel wings. You can mix and match. I don't care. Different characteristics cost different points. I don't care. I'm done with it. I'm done with the whole, oh, you play a tiefling? No, none of it. We're done with it. Now, this could also factor into backgrounds and maybe even classes. Maybe it's less set things and more of, I want a series of feats versus like, I want to be a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done with it. I want it all to be customizable. I want you to just mix and match. Because that's what we do anyway. We already reskin races. We already build all these races for free! For free, Wizards! We do this for free! Because it's a game we care about. Just give us a table. Ugh. Okay. Now, that said, in-game character sheets, like when you use in session, need to be simple. 5e did do a really good job of this, but like there's still even some too fine a print for me to be fully comfortable with. So, but like the actual in-game character sheet, super simple. I want, when it comes to in-game crunch, I play, my table primarily is made up of adults working full-time. And when we get together, it's a little treat for ourselves. And several of my players partake in what we're going to call the devil's lettuce. And we have a little bit of adult beverages. And it's really hard to get drunk people to do math. And people who are a little stoned to be in the moment. So we want, for crunch, we want it al dente. We want it with the illusion of crunch, just enough bite to keep you engaged. But it's still a fucking noodle. It is still so soft. So soft in-game crunch. I don't want it. It's not necessary. We already play past it as is. I don't, no. No, no, no. Now, simple character sheets for in-game use, which takes us to, by getting rid of a lot of the legacy things from Dungeons and Dragons, to get away from the toxic environment that has bred in that area, we lose a lot of the legacy information. And that's the one great thing, because Dungeons and Dragons has been happening so long, all that information is so readily available to us. We have it at our fingertips. So for this game, we would have to have, you would have to have an app. Equivalent to D&D Beyond, because that's an incredibly handy app. It was. And I don't love that they sold out, but good for them for developing such a good product that's worth selling out on. I get it. It sucks, but I get it. But it would have to have something that you could have quick references, easy access to, and that could also help people with certain disabilities, help them narrow in on some of the information, makes it easier to carry if it's just on the little electronic device in your pocket where you can get access to Wi-Fi almost everywhere. I'm just saying, that would be an incredibly important factor, because we're losing a lot of that legacy information, and it's so hard to learn a new game. No matter what, it's hard to learn a new game. Have you ever seen people learn how to play the Witcher game in real time? It's awful. It's god's awful. And we have all these podcasts that play Dungeons and Dragons, and we have all these Let's Plays. I get it. It's so easy. The barrier to entry is on the floor. And so any new game is going to be hard. And so I'm sorry, everyone, we just have to get you to something new. That's the whole point. It's like paying a deposit in a new apartment. You gotta do the hard work at the beginning to have a better life in the end, to get away from, I don't know, wizards. I have opinions. Anyway, ooh, milestone leveling. Because I get it. I get that some people are really into experience points. I think they're weird. I think they make the game weird. I think it should be a group adventure. I think people who really, 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 really want EXP were the kids who had to do the whole presentation projects and are still bitter about it. I'm just saying. I was that kid. I'm not bitter about it. Let it go, Steve. Anyway. Not a capitalism simulator. I am so tired of all the spells costing money. I'm not saying that they should always be easy to cast. Once upon a time, as a little wizard, if you wanted to cast Fireball, you needed bat guano. And bat guano was not readily available in most places. So you can make a whole low-level adventure about a wizard going into a cave full of bats and other icky things that would be a legitimate threat to a low-level wizard, to go get bat guano to cast Fireball so they could absolutely wreck shit. But until that point, they're still a squishy little wizard. And so you can still add challenges in that factor and not make it all money-based. I'm so tired of it being gems and gold. No, I'm done. I'm tired of it. Now, this takes us back to why it's so important to have an open gaming license, is because it's modular, not modules. So you can base it in any setting. You would have tables to quick build weapons and everything in quick reference to everything else. And if we leave the world open, the gamers, the GMs, the players can create the modules that are open for everyone else to play. If you want a Western setting, if you want a space setting, if you want a fantasy setting, all that, so easy, so simple to access. And you can as the developers pre-make a few things, here is our equivalent to goblins, here is our equivalent to a quick fantasy setting, here's our quick space setting. It's a lot of development, but I like the idea that it is completely customizable, and that is what it would take me to leave Dungeons and Dragons as my primary gaming TTRPG. I think I did it all.